What if I told you that you could build a brand new garden bed this weekend using only things you already have at home, and it would be more fertile than anything you could buy at the garden center? No digging, no hauling in topsoil, no spending a single dollar. Just two things most people throw away every week: cardboard and dry leaves. This method has a name. It's called lasagna gardening. And once I show you how it works, you'll never look at a cardboard box or a pile of leaves the same way again. Welcome back to Ageless Garden. And if you're new here, this is exactly the kind of practical, no-nonsense soil tip we share every single week. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now so you never miss one. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Cardboard and leaves? That sounds too simple to actually work. But here's what most people don't realize. This is exactly how forest floors build rich, deep soil year after year without any help from us. Leaves fall, they mat together, layers of bark and wood break down beneath them, and underneath all of that, the darkest, richest, most productive soil you've ever seen. Lasagna gardening is just copying what nature already knows how to do. And for gardeners who don't want to spend hours digging and hauling, especially those of us who'd rather work smarter, not harder, this method is a genuine game changer. Before we get into the steps, let me tell you what you'll need. And I want to emphasize, everything on this list is either free or something you already have. First, cardboard. Plain, uncoated cardboard boxes. The kind that comes from online deliveries, grocery stores, appliance boxes. The only rule, remove any tape or staples, and avoid boxes with a shiny coating. That kind doesn't break down well. Second, dry leaves. Any leaves work. Oak, maple, elm, the drier the better. If you don't have enough in your own yard, your neighbors are probably happy to give theirs away. Third, a water source. You'll need to wet each layer as you go. A garden hose works perfectly. That's it. 3 things. Let's build your new garden. Step 1, choose your spot and lay the cardboard base. Pick the area where you want your new garden bed. You don't need to dig or remove the grass underneath. That's the beauty of this method. The cardboard does that work for you. Lay your cardboard directly on top of the ground, overlapping each sheet by about 6 inches. This overlap matters. It closes the gaps so weeds can't push through. As you lay each sheet, wet it thoroughly with your hose. Wet cardboard stays in place. It starts breaking down faster, and it creates a seal against any weeds trying to sneak through. One common mistake here, people use cardboard with glossy printing or heavy plastic tape. That material doesn't break down, and some of it can release chemicals into your soil. Stick to plain brown cardboard. The simpler the better. Once your base layer is down, you've already accomplished something real. You've smothered everything underneath, and you've given the earthworms a feast they'll be moving toward for weeks. Step 2, add your first layer of dry leaves, the brown layer. Spread a 4 to 6 inch layer of dry leaves over your cardboard. These leaves are what composters call a brown or carbon-rich material. They feed the microbes that will slowly break everything down into rich soil. Don't pack them down. You want air to move through the leaves. That's what keeps the composting process alive and working. Now, wet this layer too. Moisture is the engine of the whole system. Without it, nothing breaks down. With it, you have a living, breathing soil factory working underneath your feet. Here's something most gardening guides won't tell you. The bigger the variety of leaves, the better your soil becomes. Oak leaves alone are dense and slow to break down. Mix them with maple, elm, or birch, and you get a more balanced, faster-working compost layer. If your leaves are very dry and tend to blow around, a light misting as you add them helps them settle and stay in place. Step 3, add a green layer on top. This is where you add a nitrogen-rich material to balance the carbon in your leaves. Good options include grass clippings, kitchen scraps like vegetable peels and coffee grounds, or even a thin layer of finished compost if you have it. Don't worry if you don't have grass clippings right now. A thin layer of any kitchen vegetable scraps, things you'd normally throw away, works perfectly. Think carrot peels, lettuce leaves, apple cores, all of that becomes soil. Spread this green layer about 2 to 3 inches thick, then wet it again. You're now building something that looks simple from the outside, but underneath, you're creating exactly the conditions that soil microbes, earthworms, and beneficial fungi need to thrive. At this point, step back for a moment. You've taken materials that were headed to the trash or the landfill, and you've started turning them into some of the most productive growing medium you can find. That's not just good gardening, that's genuinely wise. And this is exactly what Ageless Garden is all about. If you're finding this helpful, do us a favor and subscribe. It helps this channel grow, and it means you'll get a new practical tip like this delivered every single week. Step 4. Repeat the layers and finish with a planting layer on top. Continue alternating a brown layer of leaves with a green layer of scraps or clippings until your bed is about 12 to 18 inches high. It will settle down significantly over time, so don't be afraid to build it up. Finish with a 4 to 6 inch layer of topsoil or finished compost on top. This is the only layer you might actually need to purchase, though many gardeners get free compost from their local municipality. This top layer is what you'll actually plant into. If you're planting seeds, this top layer needs to be fine and loose. If you're planting transplants, young tomato or pepper plants, for example, you can make small pockets in the top layer and plant directly into them. Water the whole bed thoroughly one final time, then step back and let it work. Now, what happens over the next weeks and months? In the first 2 weeks, you won't see much, but beneath the surface, microbial activity is already beginning. Earthworms are moving in, and the cardboard is softening. By 4 to 6 weeks, the layers will have settled noticeably. The bed will actually feel warmer than the surrounding soil. That's the composting process generating gentle heat, which helps plant roots grow. By the end of the season, the cardboard will have broken down completely. The leaves will have transformed into dark, crumbly matter that looks and feels like the best potting mix you've ever used. And here's what makes this method so special for low-effort gardeners. Once it's built, it practically maintains itself. The organic matter keeps breaking down, the earthworms keep working. Add a fresh layer of leaves each autumn, and the bed gets better, not worse, every single year. Build the soil once, harvest for years. If you've been wanting to expand your garden without the back-breaking work of digging and hauling, this is your method. Cardboard you already have, leaves that are falling right now, and a bed that will feed your plants better than anything from a garden center. Give it a try this weekend, and when you do, leave a comment below and tell me what you're planning to grow in your new bed. I read every single comment, and I'd love to hear from you. Before you go, if this video gave you one useful idea for your garden, please subscribe to Ageless Garden. We post brand new soil and gardening tips every week, all designed for gardeners who want to grow more with less effort. Click subscribe right now and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Until next time, build good soil, and everything else follows.